Hi, my name is Julia Martinez, and this is the justification portion for the SLO that talks about family involvement. Um, I want to start with one of the challenges that I faced during this SLO, and I feel like I've mentioned this in a lot of other SLOs just because it's been a little difficult for me to be able to sit in an IEP meeting, and that's just due to our staffing. Um, as an assistant teacher, I'm responsible for being there when the teacher has to step out of the room. One of those occasions would be an IEP meeting. Um, I have offered before to or asked if I could sit through an IEP meeting, but that would already take two staff out of the classroom. And the way that we're structured, I feel like having staff available is very important. And so that's been one of the challenges is I know what an IEP is, and I've read through a lot of them to know kind of how it's structured and how each therapist and BCBA and teachers all put in their time into it and their portion of it. um, I think I just haven't been able to see the family's involvement in it and kind of how their ideas run through an IEP meeting and how involved they are and the questions they ask. um, Outside of an IEP meeting, though, I have heard it's a little frustrating sometimes when a parent doesn't address certain things that a teacher feels are important. Again, that's still one of the challenges is just not being able to sit through an IEP meeting and actually hear from the parents. One of the ways I want to use this SLO in my future is I've always been not closed minded, but I've always liked working with the older age group. Um, but reading through this and talking about or reading about families bringing up like even eating habits or OT skills and stuff like that and how important that is. If a parent now with my older age group brings it up, that's great. We love whenever they bring up concerns, but I would just think that for example, I have a 16-year-old student and his dad brings up that his student could do better with tying his shoe. And like, yes, I will still sit and teach a 16-year-old how to tie his shoe, but I just want to have that chance sometime in my career to really talk to a family who has a younger child when the child is 5 or 6 and have them bring that up and say, I want my child to learn how to tie them shoes at like 5 or 6, like perfect, we're there, like let's do it. And then when they're 16 or 17, that's a skill that they've hopefully mastered. So I think I just want to take this SLO and what I've learned and kind of implement that into families of younger children and kind of let them know like, hey, it's okay to bring up these concerns with your 5 and 6 year old or younger, or around that age. We want that. We want you to tell us what you want your child to work with. We'll work with you at that age. And so I think that's one of the things that I'll take from this SLO. And even though I love the older age group, I love working with all kids, but I want to be able to do that for families of younger aged kids. Thank you.